Subscribe to Earthophilic. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Hello, this is Sucharita and welcome back to my channel. The state I am going to talk about today is a very special and an ancient state. But the spotlight doesn't hit this piece of land with quite the same brilliance as it shines on more celebrated neighboring states. Today, let me take you to the heart of India, Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh is a state in central India. The state has no coastline and no international frontier. There are 52 districts. The capital city is Bhopal and Indore is the largest city. It is bounded by the states of Uttar Pradesh to the northeast, my hometown Chhattisgarh to the southeast, Maharashtra to the south, Gujarat to the southwest, and Rajasthan to the northwest. Rock paintings, stones, and metal implements found in Madhya Pradesh indicate that the area has been inhabited since prehistoric times. One of the earliest kingdoms known to have existed in the region was Avanti, with its capital at Ujjain. In the 4th century BC, Chandragupta Maurya of Magad conquered and annexed Avanti to his dominions. Ujjaini, one of the 7 holy cities of the Hindus, renowned for its beauty and wealth, became a center of early Buddhism and Jainism. After the decline of Maurya Empire, the region was contested among the Shunga, who ruled the eastern Malwa, the Shatavahanas, and the Shakas. Subsequently, the region came under the control of the Gupta Empire in the 4th and 5th centuries. The attack of Huns brought about the collapse of the Gupta Empire, which broke up into smaller states. The king Yashodharman of Malwa defeated the Huns in 1528, ending their expansion. Later, Harshvardhan ruled the northern parts of the state. The medieval period saw the rise of the Rajput clans, including the Parmars of Malwa and the Chandelas of Bundelkhand. The small Gond kingdoms emerged in the Gondwana and Mahakoshal regions of the state. The Muslim invasion of the area began in the 11th century. The Hindu domains of Gwalior were incorporated into the Delhi Sultanate in 1231 by the Sultan Iltutmish. Later, in the early 14th century, the Khilji Sultans of Delhi overran Malwa, which was subsequently annexed into the Mughal Empire by Akbar. Maratha power extended into Malwa at the beginning of 18th century, and a large part of what is now Madhya Pradesh had came under the control of an alliance of Maratha rulers. With the defeat of the Peshwas in 1761, the Sindhya dynasty of Marathas was established at Gwalior in the north, and the Holkar dynasty, also Maratha, at Indore in southwest. After the Third Anglo-Maratha War, the British took control of the entire region. All the sovereign states in the region became princely states of British India, governed by the Central India Agency. During the 1857 uprising, rebellions happened in the northern part of the state led by leaders like Tatya Tope. However, these were crushed by the British and the prince loyal to them. The state witnessed several anti-British activities and protests during the Indian independence movement. Several notable leaders such as Chandrasekhar Azad, B.R. Ambedkar, Shankar Dayal Sharma, Atal Bihari Vajpayee were born in what is now Madhya Pradesh. After the independence of India, Madhya Pradesh was created in 1950 from the former British Central Province and Berar and the other princely states, with Nagpur as a capital of the state. In 1956, the state of Madhya Bharat, Vindhya Pradesh and Bhopal were merged into Madhya Pradesh, and the Marathi-speaking southern region, Vidarbha, which include Nagpur, was ceded to Bombay state. Bhopal was made the state capital. In the November 2000, as part of the Madhya Pradesh Reorganization Act, the southeastern portion of the state split off to form the new state of Chhattisgarh. The second largest state of India, Madhya Pradesh, has an area of 3,08,252 square kilometers. This central Indian state has got varied physical features, which is featured with mountain ranges, plateau regions, river valleys, as well as plains. Two of the most famous mountain ranges in this state are the Satpura Range and the Vindhya Range. Apart from that, a major portion of this state is covered by lush green forest and cultivated land. Northwest of the Vindhya Range is the Malwa Plateau. Other features include the Riva Plateau in the rugged eastern region of the Vindhya Range, the Bundelkhand upland north of the Vindhyas, the Madhya Bharat Plateau in the extreme northwest, and the Baghelkhand Plateau in the northeast. The Dhupgarh Peak with 1,350 meters near Pachmari is the state's highest point. Madhya Pradesh contains the source of some of the most important rivers in the Indian peninsula. The Narmada is the longest river in Madhya Pradesh. It flows westward through a rift valley, with the Vindhya ranges sprawling along its northern bank and the Satpura range of mountains along the southern. The Tapi River runs parallel to Narmada and also flows through a rift valley. Other rivers include the Son. The Chambal River forms the state's northern border with Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh has the largest forest cover, which is around 95,000 square kilometers. Kanha National Park is the largest national park of Madhya Pradesh and one of the tiger reserves of India. The park covers an area of 940 square kilometers. Kanha National Park was also the inspiration of Rudyard Kipling's Jungle Book. Madhavgarh National Park is located in the Umaria district and has a large biodiversity. The park has a large breeding population of leopards, one of the highest known density of the tiger population in India. Satpura National Park is the highland ecosystem in central India, along with the adjoining Bori and Pachmari wildlife sanctuaries. National Chambal Sanctuary, also called the National Chambal Gharial Wildlife Sanctuary, is a 5,400 square kilometers tri-state protected area for the protection of the various critically endangered species. The population of Madhya Pradesh consists of many ethnic groups, including the indigenous tribals and relatively more recent migrants from other states. With more than 7 crores inhabitants, Madhya Pradesh is the 5th largest state by population. There are 46 recognized scheduled tribes in Madhya Pradesh. The population of scheduled tribes is 21% of the state's population. According to the 2011 census of India, Bhil is the most populous tribe, constituting 38% of the total tribal population. Bhils have the highest population in the Jhabua district. Gond is the second largest tribe, constituting 35%. The next 4 populous tribes are Kol, Korku, Saharia, and Bega. Talking about faith, 91% of the state's residents followed Hinduism, while others are Muslims with 7%, Jains with 1%, and other minorities like Buddhists, Christians, and Sikhs make the rest of the state's population. The sex ratio of the state is 931 female per 1,000 male, higher than the national average. 70.6% is the literacy rate of the state, and Hindi is the official language of Madhya Pradesh. The state has an agrarian economy. The major crops of Madhya Pradesh includes wheat. Madhya Pradesh ranks second in India in wheat production. MP is known for its Sharbati variety of wheat. Madhya Pradesh also ranks second in maize production. The state is the largest producer of pulses in India. MP shares 23% in total pulse production. MP ranks first in soybean production also. MP shares 55 to 60% in the total soybean production of the country. Madhya Pradesh also produces garlic, which accounts for 30% of the total country's production. The state is the largest tomato producing state of the country, producing over 16% of the country's total tomatoes. Madhya Pradesh ranks second in terms of production volume of guava in India. MP is also the leading producer of oranges, having the second largest area under cultivation. Madhya Pradesh is rich in minerals, though these resources have yet to be fully exploited. MP has around 14% of the total national reserve of manganese ore. The bauxite is found in Katni, Mandla, Rewa, and Satna districts. MP is the largest producer of limestone. The dolomite is produced in Sagar, Chhatarpur, Jabalpur, Katni districts. Madhya Pradesh is the largest producer of copper. The state has more than 1/4 share in the National Copper Reserve. Malachkhand in Balaghat district is the largest open cast copper ore mine in India. Other minerals include coal, fire clay. MP is also the only diamond producing state of India. At Panna in the northeast there are diamond reserves. Madhya Pradesh is famous for its classical and folk music. Some of the noted Hindustani classical music gharanas in Madhya Pradesh include the Mehar Gharana, the Gwalior Gharana, and Senia Gharana. Two of medieval India's most noted singers, Tansen and Baiju Bawra, were born near Gwalior in present-day Madhya Pradesh. The folk art doesn't end here. Manch is a lyrical folk drama and a form of operatic ballet that is very popular in Malwa region. Manch means the stage or place of performance and as an indigenous and distinct folk form. The crops sway in the field in the full bloom. The parties from different villages join together and perform the Grida dance. It continues from morning till evening. On wedding occasions, the countryside women of Malwa perform the matki dance with an earthen pot balanced on the head. The matki is mostly performed solo. The art of handloom weaving and designing lies at the heart of MP. The famous Chanderi fabric is a hand-woven combination of silk and cotton. The town of Chanderi, where the craft originated, is still home to master weavers who practice the age-old tradition of creating the cloth on handlooms. Maheshwari is also fabric somewhat similar to Chanderi. It is said to have originated from Maheshwar, a city approximately 90 kilometers from Indore. The fabric was created by weavers who were brought from Surat by Maharani Ahilyabai Holkar to weave cloth for the royal household. Although block prints are largely associated with Rajasthan, the residents of Madhya Pradesh much prefer their bark prints. This bold, vibrant hand block printing originates from Bagh village in the district of Dhar. The process is slow. The prints are done by hand, and the teak wood blocks used for printing are also crafted painstakingly by hand. Kumbh Mela is a glorious festival that takes place once every 12 years in only 4 places in India, namely Allahabad, Haridwar, Ujjain or Nasik. It is a major festival that celebrates the success of good over evil. River Shipra in Ujjain is believed to be a holy place wherein a dip in this river will wash away all the sins made by man. Kumbh Mela celebration go on for a month between April to May. The last time Kumbh Mela took place was in 2016 in Ujjain. Touted as one of the oldest cave collections in India, some of the rock shelters were inhabited more than 1 lakh years ago. Bhimbetka site has the oldest known rock art in the Indian subcontinent, dating back more than 30,000 years. These ancient and one-of-a-kind temples in the world are adorned with intricate, sensuous carvings. These sculptures showcase the open, progressive, and artistic heritage of the time. Khajuraho monuments are an epitome of architectural marvel and elegance. Situated at Bheda Ghat by the side of river Narmada, the marble rocks present a picturesque scenery. The river was carved out an 8 kilometers beautiful gorge through these soft marble rocks and is a popular tourist spot. It is also famous for the beautiful Dhuadhar waterfall. Raja Ram Temple of Orcha is the only temple in India where Ram is worshipped as a king, not as a god. Originally built as a palace, it became a temple when an idol of Ram proved impossible to move. Commissioned in 2nd century BCE by the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka, the Great Stupa at Sanchi is one of the oldest stone structures in India built over the relics of Buddha. The town of Sanchi is central to many Buddhist stupas, all within a few miles of it. One of the most famous buildings in Mandu, the Jahaj Mahal, was built by Ghayasuddin Iwaz Shah. The Jahaj Mahal is also known as the Ship Palace, as it was built on a narrow strip of land between two water tanks. Hindustan ka Dil, Madhya Pradesh, has more to do with the fact that it houses facets of the whole India. From the historical monuments to modern amenities, culture, food, and people, this state gives a taste of the entire India packed within its geographical boundaries. That's all from the land of central India. I will meet you guys with majestic Maharashtra. Stay tuned. Take care and bye bye.